Guess who's back? Back again. No rest back. Tell a friend, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Why do I get so nervous every time? Okay. We're here! A second one. Okay. I'm gonna try not to play with my hair. Hello everyone, welcome back to my second video. Today I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about dealing with homesickness. So for some of you that may not realise, I am from Ireland originally, obviously. But I moved to Newcastle in England it'll be 4 years in October. Homesickness is such a real thing. It's horrible. And I think it kind of gets overlooked. People don't think much about it. They just think, oh, you get it for the first few weeks and that's it. I still get homesickness now and I've been here 4 years nearly. So all these tips can work if you've moved, you know, an hour down the road from home for uni or something like that, but also if you live 1,000 miles away, you know. So these are the things I do to help me get through that tough time, basically. One of the most important things I found when moving here was to familiarise myself with the place. So Newcastle, it's not too big, so it's not too scary out there. But going into town, familiarising myself with like street names and things like that, it sounds really silly, but it makes you feel a lot more like you know the place when you can say, oh yeah, Grey Street, that's the one with the big monument or whatever, when you can picture it and see it. And obviously, you know, when you're at home, you know all the street names, you know where everything is. It's kind of doing the same thing in your new home, basically. So yeah, familiarise yourself with the place, but also bring familiar things to you. So, you know, if you've moved into a student apartment or whatever, you know, put stuff up, like make it yours, make it personal. I printed off a lot of photos when I got here from, you know, my friends and family back home, and put them everywhere, so I felt, you know, that connection to back home. Have your own like cute bed sheets and get some candles and get some photos of all the people you love. Just familiar things. If you have a security blanket or a teddy or something like that, that really helps as well. And also familiarise yourself with cafes, bars, street names, postcodes, everything like that, because the place will start to feel a lot more like home when you know where things are. One of the other major things for me is Skyping a friend. It's so, you know, I'm being Captain Obvious right now and I realise that, but literally most of the time I feel homesick because I miss the people, not particularly the place. So whoever I'm missing, I'm just like, can we Skype? Can I see your face? It's a little bit better than a phone call, you know, you get to see them and what they're doing and everything like that. So yeah, I'll you know, set up a Skype call with my friends, or like sometimes I'll get a few of them together and try Skype multiple people at the same time, get them in the same place, especially if you haven't spoken to them in a long time. A lot of the time, you know, it's better to maybe plan it. So, you know, send them a group message around or whatever and be like, is everyone free Thursday at 7 p.m? Can we please have a Skype call? And put it, you know, make a solid plan to do that. I think doing that regularly is so important, because sometimes, you know, texting and stuff like that, it's not as personal and you can't really catch up with someone over text, I don't think. So a phone call, or, you know, even better, a Skype call. You know, Skype your friends, Skype your family as much as you can. It's like having them there with you, really. That would be one of the biggest things for me, is like seeing the people I love, seeing their face, seeing what they're doing and hearing about, you know, what's going on with them and things. I don't know why I have the Bare Necessity song stuck in my head. This one's a bit weird, but when I'm feeling homesick, what I like to do sometimes is get shit done. And what I mean by that is all the shit I've been putting off, whether that's like leisurely stuff like a book that I've been meaning to read, or whether it's like booking an eye test and getting that bad boy out of the way as well. I think it's just because it's like the things you would usually do if you're at home, right? You would, you know, if you need to go to the doctors, you'd go to the doctors. If you need to book an eye test, or if you need to I don't know, go to the dentist or something like that. But literally getting small errands done, it makes you feel productive rather than sitting around and wallowing a little bit and feeling a bit shitty and not doing anything about it. As well, especially if you're very new to a place, you're going to have a lot of free time, so use that free time, try be productive and try, you know, start new things or start a new hobby, whether that's yoga or filming or, you know, playing an instrument or something like that. I'm going to do some yoga, I'm going to go for a walk in the park, I'm going to do some exercise, I'm going to join the gym, you know, anything that will make you feel productive and make you feel like you're using your time and you're not just sitting kind of wondering what everyone else at home is doing, basically. Forget about your worries and your strife. It's the bare necessity. One of the biggest ways to cure homesickness is to go home. I don't mean forever, but planning a trip back home really helps me. I know sometimes I'll just book it on a whim and be like, I just need to book it, like plan. Oh, that looks like it's falling. Is that falling? That's really weird. That light looked like it was coming towards me. It's not everyone can just, oh, I'm just going to fly home for the weekend or drive home for the weekend or whatever. But if you can, if it's possible, then just do it. You know, obviously you want to give yourself the time to, you know, if it's in the first few weeks, you know, maybe give yourself time to actually really settle into the place you are. But if you're like me and you've been living in a place for 2, 3, 4 years and you know this is home now, but you're feeling that homesickness of being away from the people that you love and haven't seen in a while, book flights and go home, you know, plan a trip. Or else, you know, if you can't do it there and then, set a date in your head, be like, right, in the summertime I'm going to go home for 4 days or a week or whatever. It's just something to look forward to. The minute you plan a trip back home, I always feel like the homesickness just dissipates, because I know that I'm going to see everyone I love, I'm going to eat my favourite food just in a few weeks time. So yeah, one of the easiest ways to get rid of homesickness is obviously to plan a trip back home, even if it is for a couple of days. Making new friends or getting out with your friends. So sometimes if I'm feeling really homesick, it's because I'm missing my friends usually. It's about hanging out with my friends that live here. If you don't have any friends or you still yet to make friends, join a club, do something, find people who do like the same shit you do. Get involved in the community. I know it sounds really cringe, like join a club, but really that is how you're going to make friends. Like, especially when you're older, if you've moved somewhere like and you're in like mid-20s or something, it is hard, it's difficult to make friends sometimes. So, you know, go online, see if there's like communities in your area that do book clubs or yoga retreats or I don't know, what else do people do as group activities? Sports, like if there's a sport that you love, get involved in that. You will meet like-minded people and take the plunge. Just ask them on a friend date. I know, it's terrifying and it's cringy, especially at this age, but you know, how else are you going to make friends with anyone? It's a lot easier when you're a kid, but you know, you're in the big bad world now. It's time for you to take charge. You're realising that I have an amazing group of friends here, where there's amazing places to visit and explore to. That makes such a big difference as well. Wherever I wander, wherever I go. I can't home and drink. You can home and drink, it's fine. Another tip, pretty obvious, give yourself a break, okay? It's so easy to feel like it was your choice to move away, or you know, you've put yourself in this position, which you have, and that's okay. And you know, you wanted to do that, but it's so easy to feel like you're being weak, or you're, you know, you only have yourself to blame for feeling like this. You might have chose to do that, but you're not choosing to feel this way, and it is such a real feeling, and it's so okay to feel like that. You don't have to feel like you're weak or that, you know, it's self-inflicted and like, just get over yourself. Just allow yourself to feel the way you feel, basically. Look after yourself, and this goes, you know, into self-care, I guess, in regards to if you're feeling shitty and you're feeling homesick, take some time. Don't take too much time to yourself. You don't want to isolate yourself, but at the same time, run yourself a bath. You know, for me, if I'm ever feeling like that, I just run myself a bath, put on a face mask, have myself a cup of tea, and you know, I feel like 50% better once I've done that. You might have a lot of free time, and that's normal. That's okay. It might be a few months of that, because you don't know anyone, and it's, you know, a new city, and it's you mightn't even have a job yet, or you know, whatever it is, it's totally okay to have a lot of free time. Just understand that people back home are still doing the usual stuff that they would do, so they don't have that free time. So it's not always easy in regards to keeping in touch. You might feel a little bit out of the loop, and that's okay. That is normal. That will eventually subside and you'll feel a bit more normal once you make your own friends here. So yeah, one thing that always, like, without fail really helps me, and again, this might just be me, I might just be being cringe, but I used to work in the city centre, especially when I first started here. This helped me. I used to work in the city centre, and I used to come out of work at the end of the day, and I used to stand, and I was like right in the middle of Newcastle. It was like hustle and bustle, and it was beautiful. It's like is it called Eldon Garden? The green area, and all the time of the year had all like pretty lights up and stuff like that. I used to just come out, and I suppose I didn't even know what it was at the time, but I was kind of practicing mindfulness. I used to come out and ask myself, why am I here? You know, why? What am I doing here? And I'd look around and realize I didn't have, you know, very many friends at the time. I think I was only just starting to make friends then, but I felt I felt empowered by being in a place where nobody really knew me. Sometimes just getting into Newcastle, like looking around Newcastle and going to like my favourite restaurants or walking down the street or something, and realising that like this is my home now, and asking myself why I left Ireland, which was, it just, the place I lived didn't have a lot of opportunity at the time, and I couldn't picture myself there in the long term. A lot of the time it is just the people you miss, because you know, people make it your home, don't they? So yeah, you know, ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Have you moved to a different county because that was the only place that did your uni course? You know, you're there for a reason. Recognizing that reason can sometimes bring you back down and bring you, like, you know, into the moment and go, okay, it's okay to feel the way I'm feeling, but there's an end goal here, there's a reason why I'm here, you know. And also asking myself, am I happy? You know, I think about when I was back in Ireland, and I think, am I happier now than I was then? And I am, 100%. And if you're looking, you know, and if it's been, obviously again, this ties into with giving yourself time, but if it's been a while and you're in a certain place and you're not happy there, you know, if you've moved away from home and you're not happy in that place, go home, you know. Go home if you're not happy. And you know, maybe it's not about going home, maybe it's about going somewhere else entirely. You know, you can go wherever you want, like, you know, do it. You're gonna have moments of uncertainty, moments of feeling uncomfortable, freaking out a bit, being like, what am I doing here? Why aren't I at home? That is totally okay. Someday where you are will feel like home to you, if you're meant to be there, that is. If you're not, move on to somewhere else or go back home. Go where makes you happy, go where makes your heart happy. Things where you don't really belong because that's not where you grew up or whatever. That is tough. I just realised you're gonna hear that fucking siren. Fuck off. Is this on record? Yes, it is, yes. This was a really... I filmed this video in like half an hour. That is fantastic. That means this will probably be a really short video. So yeah, I hope these tips help, and thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you've watched to the end. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I would love it if you subscribed as well. Leave a comment if you like, and you know, maybe let me know if you guys, what you want to see next. That would be great. I need some help. I think that's it. We're done. That was a quick one. Okay guys, thank you so much. Love you. Bye, 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 bye.